Hey, pizza crew, how y'all doing today? What's up? And welcome back to Matteo's Corner. We are here with a very classic PS1 game called Jumping Flash. If I remember correctly, this also might have been one of the first few games out in the console's lifespan in the first few months. Might have even been a launch title, I don't really remember. But I thought it would be really fun to try out this game and see what kind of mischief we can get into. So this game is very interesting because it is a first-person shooter, but it's also kind of a collectathon and a platformer. It's hard to explain what kind of game Jumping Flash is, but it is very fun. I've beaten this game a few times in my life. I recently played it because it was released onto the PlayStation Classics. I had never owned this on the PS1. First time I got it is when I bought it when it was part of the PS3's Classic Collection. And I always wondered what this game was like. I'd always heard about it, but I'd never played it. And you know what? It's a very fun game. It's simple, and you also have the whole thing with just this PS1 art style of the era, or not art style, the graphics kind of gives it a charm, I think. I would actually like to see a new Jumping Flash, even if they made it in VR. I think it'd be actually really, it'd be a cool experience, you know? There's not a lot of games like Jumping Flash, especially back then, but even now, like, they could make a version of it where you don't need VR, and then they could have a version with VR, and you could just go to town on this game. Nice. This game was so... Actually, I don't know how well this game sold, but it does have a sequel, so we'll probably check out the sequel eventually. Oh, I guess I should also explain the story for this game, because you're probably like, what is this rabbit mech-looking thing doing, running around jumping on things? So, the story for Jumping Flash is essentially you play as this rabbit mech who's like a defender of the universe. You're part of like a police unit or something like that. And there's this evil mad scientist named Dr. Aloha, and he has captured these worlds to use for whatever he wants to do with them. And that's all the story that you get. So it's very simple. It's kind of like Sonic, right? Or Mario and things like that. It's very simple. Another thing, too, that's interesting with the game is that when you beat it, you're actually not fully done with the game. They literally say, like, oh, I'll be back, rabbit, and blah, blah, blah. And then you have to replay the whole game again, Ghosts and Goblins style. Essentially, what ends up happening with the having to do the game again is that they changed the placement of the death pods to find. Enemies, I think, are a little bit harder to kill as well. So, yeah, that's pretty much the only real differences I can think of. But if you play this on the PS4, PS5, through the Classics Collection thing, there is save states, so you can always grab some of those if you're playing and you're stuck or whatever. There's one level in particular near the end, I kind of had to do that when I replayed it recently and beat it again, because it's a little confusing, but it's near the end, so you're like, I guess it makes sense. Ah, here's the boss. Very easy first boss. So if you're playing it on the classics, this game does have achievements. And one of the achievements is just, you know, defeat an enemy by jumping on them, defeat an enemy without jumping on them. I would recommend this boss for both. Because you can totally just sit in a corner and wail on a boss without special weapons and just shooshed him. But then you also have this boss where you can do it again and just jump on him. And the higher you... It doesn't matter how long it takes. You can actually get most of the achievements in this game really easily. You also don't need to play the harder version of the game the second time around in order to actually finish the game. Achievement-wise, I mean. So I got the platinum on one playthrough without having to do the harder difficulty version after you beat the final boss. And of course I used save states, but it's so I wouldn't have any problems with it. But yeah, if you're really good at the game, you probably wouldn't have to worry about save states at all. Oh, geez, hi. Here we go. Boink. Let's do that bonus. Why not? This one's a little tricky. It took me a long time to realize that there were balloons at the beginning of the stage if you turn around. It's kind of like in Crash Bandicoot how there's certain boxes that start behind you. Why would they give me an invincibility thing? Okay, same thing with this one. There's a secret balloon right there. I think we only need one more of the pods. At least I think it's only one more. We might have two. Something really cool is if you beat this game, you actually get a thing where you can jump more than 3 times in the air, and you can just speed run this game so fast. And I think there's also a thing where you do more damage. I don't remember. Oh, I actually really liked this stage. I don't like these enemies, though. Now the invincibility pill is going to work. Oh, man. Chose the wrong one. Wait. Hold on. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Oh, I need to go to... Gosh darn it. That's right. This is one of those tricky ones. I think that's all the secret walls. Cool. Alright, second boss, here we go. It is nice that they only made it 3 stages, right? You get 2 levels and then a boss. Especially because the bosses are all super unique and interesting. Yeah, this boss I actually probably shouldn't jump on his head, but I'm stubborn. Oh, he's too big. Ah, he's too big to fit. This is good for us. Uh-oh, I think he realized it. Yep, he realized it. Dang it. There we go. Now he's going to be a bit easier. He's annoying, but his claws won't hurt us as long as they're not up. Boink. All right. Well, there we go. Done with level 2. All right, cool. Well, I think this is where we're gonna stop playing the game today. Thank you guys for joining me for a little jumping flash. This is a super fun game. I highly recommend it if you just want just a fun little game to pass the time. Sequel we'll check out as well. We might even play the whole thing. And if you guys liked Jumping Flash, maybe we'll finish the game. You know, the game's not very long, but we'll see. At any rate, you all have a good one, Pizza Crew. Take care of yourselves. Keep rocking on out there, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.